Okay, so I guess he's waiting for my challenge. So I am doing the ramp. Mono ramp. Because I like really big fists. Fist seems pretty good. We'll see if we can get the draws. If not, it's just not my night, my day. Okay, he's playing the mono diamond that I saw him play against Tata, or against, I'm sorry, not against Tata, against Havoc. So this seems like a pretty good hand to me, so we'll just go ahead and keep this. Start out, we got a turn 2 Sensei. It's not the greatest, but that's fine. Turn 2 Sensei, turn 3 Crash, turn 4 Root Dancer to buff something. Hopefully. He's got Passivism, or whatever you call it in his deck. Inner Conflict in his deck, so this seems like a pretty good hand for me to stick with here, so. Yeah, the mono, I feel like my deck has the better matchup here, because his, like if I play Fist, I mean that's a big problem. Any big creatures is going to be a huge problem for him, so. He of course gets the Baneslayer pony, he gets that 3/2 Baneslayer pony. Yeah. Kind of figured. But if anybody's been watching any of my stuff, they know I love playing this deck, so should pretty much expect it at this point. That I at any time I can play this deck and feel pretty comfortable doing so. So Sensei will help. There's our Fist, our dreaded Fist. We don't have the ramp to get to him just yet. There's a Secret Lab that might help us get there if we need to. But our early game looks good enough that we should be just fine. Next turn we've got Crash, and then the turn after that we got a Root Dancer for the buff seas. If he plays Scrivener here, I would trade Sensei for Scrivener, no problem. If he plays Paladin, that's probably good for him. If Paladin gets up out of, okay, Totem, okay, that seems pretty good for him. So we actually don't have really any attack to make in this next turn, which is unfortunate. Totem can get up out of range. I'm not really an interactive deck, so that could be a problem for me. Honeycap seems pretty good in this matchup. So we'll just go ahead and play our Crash and just call it a day here, and we'll pass. We'll probably end up buffing the Rhino in this next turn, depending on if he pacifies it. No real good attacks to make here. He's going to have to either give his Totem flying or, like, I don't know, something. He really doesn't, yeah, he'll have to give it flying to attack in here, so this could stall him. His phase completely. I think he needs, how many does he need? He needs 4 charges to be able to do that. Kraken Guard Mariner's okay. I would definitely trade Rhinoceros for a Mariner and a Totem. So it looks like we'll go ahead and use Root Dancer to buff the Rhino and just swing away. Actually, you know what? I'll buff the Sensei and swing away with both. So that's more damage, and that's still the same tradesies. Plus, I'd rather have a bigger Honeycap to play. The Wild Shards really good for me right here, so we'll play the Root Dancer because it does affect combat. We will buff our Sensei. Because he has spot removal, I want to spread out my buffs as much as possible. His removal doesn't really affect my Root Dancer at all, so that's really good for me here to draw a Root Dancer this early in the game. He's got Repel, so he's going to destroy my Rhino. Likely. Yep. And that's still fine. Should just take 3 here, I would think. His Totem starts getting like lifelink and stuff. That'll help him push through as well. He's debating on whether to block, I think, here. I don't think this is really not... I mean, the only block he would have maybe is a chump block. There's no way he's going to double block. Yeah. I'll go ahead and gain my life. Sure, why not? Get my 25 life here. Got a 5/5 Honeycap coming down next turn. It's a good thing I spread out the buffs, because that, again, we saw the spot removal there for the Rhino. If he swings in with Mariner, I'm not sure if I want to block it or not. I'm not sure if he's got buffs for it or not. There's a +1/+1 buff, but I mean, it's just such... Okay, so there's that wonderful Cloud Knight. And the Mariner gave it that 3 backhand, which is okay. It still doesn't match up well against... Okay, so now he's giving it that 4/4. So 4/4 Cloud Knight's really good for him. Still doesn't match up well against Honeycap. Does kind of stall out the board state, though. However, I can Wild Shard my Sensei and swing in, and that should be just fine. Yep, so we will get the Fist off this game. Awesome. So play the Wild Shard. Buff the Sensei. He's got 1 resource, so he doesn't have anything to do here. Second main phase will play our Honeycap. Swing in 5/5 Sensei. It's a really big Sensei there. He could jump here. He doesn't really need to. He's got 4 damage coming back. Okay, so he's going to chump with the Totem. It's an interesting choice, or buff it or something. That's really an interesting choice. I think he would have rather jumped with the Mariner. Anyway, second main phase will play the Honeycap. It's a big 5/5 Honeycap, which will be 7/7 the next turn. Swings, we're going to take 4 in his following turn. He'll gain 4 back, take him up to 21. So that seems pretty good for him. But then I've got Fist coming down, which is going to be another problematic creature for him. So I just basically need to have more than double his damage output to keep this going, which I have. I've got with the 10 damage, so if he can buff his Cloud Knight again, that would be good here. The only thing, I don't think anything he has in the deck is going to have like First Strike. There's the buff that gives him a nice back end, and so then he would gain life. That would be pretty good, I guess. Or it's for every diamond threshold. Yep, obviously swings in with the Cloud Knight because it has Vigilance or Steadfast. So it is a clock for me. Of course, flying creatures are a problem for Wilds somewhat, not as much as it is in Magic. Another Cloud Knight, that seems pretty good for him here. Still, I mean, I still attack into that, though. Especially with a 7/7 Honeycap. Another Wild Shard, so my guys just keep getting bigger. That's pretty much the story here. We'll play Fist in our second main phase. He could also be thinking to himself, what if I have, what is it, Wild Aura, which I actually do have like maybe 1 in the deck or 2, because Wild Aura plus Honeycap is, you know, a lot of trample damage as well. So he's a chump block there, take 5. Second main phase will play Fist. So hopefully he's got the answer for Fist, otherwise it's going to be big problems for him. If he has Inner Conflict for Fist, that would be really good for him here. Still has 2 other problematic creatures on the board though, so... And again, there's really nothing he can do to stop my Root Dancer from buffing things, and so my stuff just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I'm taking 7 here. He's going to gain 7, go back up to 23. Another Cloud Knight. Holy cow, Cloud Knights. Cloud Knights everywhere. Has a lot of Cloud Knights. Has some lucky top decking skills, for sure. So he can actually out-damage my fist damage by himself. But of course I have other things on the board he has to worry about. So the next turn I'm going to take 10. It's not looking good. It's not looking great here. I really would like to top deck a Chaos Key here, would be the best thing for me. Chaos Key would be good here. Come on, Heart of the Cards, Chaos Key. Chaos Key for his 4/4, of course. Would be really good here. No doubt. Yeah, because he's... So for my... 4, 5, 6, 7... So 10 damage, so every 10 damage I do to him, he heals it back, so I need to do more than 10, and I've got 7, 13, 18 damage. So I'm only doing 8, I'm netting 8 damage a turn, if he doesn't block at all, and he's got 10 damage to me, so he's actually ahead on this race. Yeah, there's a lot of syncing issues, so we're just waiting on the syncing right now. Yeah, it's pretty bad. That is a pretty lucky hand, though, so I don't know if he can do that again with the 3 Cloud Knights. I mean, he doesn't have draw power in the deck, so that's pretty crazy that he did that. I'm actually going to be buffing my Fist on this next turn anyways, so that will deal 2 more points of damage, which will help a little bit. Okay, so we'll go ahead and buff our Fist. Let's go to our attack step. Yeah, let's Secret Lab here. Let's see what we get. I really need to draw a Chaos Key here. So if I can draw a Chaos Key, I feel like I'm in good shape. Okay, so Battle Beetle's going to be really good for me here. So that'll actually block off his guys, and it should tie up the game now. So I can do that in my next phase. There's only one of these in the deck, so I was lucky I drew that. I don't know why Honeycap's so buggy. I don't think it was buggy at all. I haven't heard of any bugs with Honeycap. And of course, I've been playing since day 1, so I was, and I do go to the bug forums pretty regularly. No, it's continuous. Permanent. No. No. He's not gaining 1/1 every turn. No. Because he was 5/5 when he came into play, and then he got buffed by the Root Dancer. So, he's not bugged at all. Sorry. Root Dancer. Played him for 5. Then Root Dancer once for 2 +2 +2. Oops. +2. He's fine. Not bugged. JS. Just saying. And we can go back to the, because it's obviously being recorded, we can go back, you can watch. He's not bugged. He's never been bugged. But apparently Poizoncobra is not paying attention to the board state, so. So I can play him for 6. I actually need to top deck another shard so I can put him in the air on the on the same turn. So actually he might win this one. He's probably doing the math now, because like here he can swing for 10, he goes back up to 13, and then I swing back and return for 8, 9, 10. I swing back for 15, 20. I swing back for 20. And so he'll have to block something. He can chump block something with that. If I draw a shard, I can make this guy have more trample, which would be nice. You have to actually block 2 of them. If I draw a Chaos Key, that would also help here. Again. So if I draw a Chaos Key, if I draw a shard, I can play the Battle Beetle and he can block whatever he plays. I can actually swing the Root Dancer for more damage as well here in this following turn. There it goes. It shouldn't be in my stream to begin with. And that's why I'm on a 5-minute delay, so. I'm not watching my stream chat anyways. Taking 10. Down to 4. Plays a totem for blocks. For the chump blockage. So I really kind of need a resource here is what needs to happen, I think. I'm not sure if I can swing in with... No, he's not a 9-9. He's a 7-7. He's not an 8-8. He's... Dude, what's going on with your client? I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on his side of the board. I kind of want to see it recorded. I'm sure that it does. Yeah, make sure to report it if it really is a bug on his screen that that's what he's seeing, but that's not what I'm seeing at all. Okay. Still waiting on my prep phase here. There we go. That helps. So let's see here. Chaos Key this guy. Swing in. think he still wins. Let's see here. Chaos Key this guy. He still wins because he can swing him with those. He can chump block both of these. Make sure you can chump block both of these that way and still have 3. I deal 8. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. I'm just going to Chaos Key this guy right now. That 4/4 needs to go. Alright, so the board cleaned up a little bit. Swing for 8. You can just take that, no problems. You can't take... He's got 2 resources. He can't pump his totem. That's important. I can swing Root Dancer as well to push more damage here. He only needs to block. I think he can just give him flying anyways. I might as well just swing with everything here. I'm just going to swing away here. I think he still wins though. We'll see what happens. So you can block my Root Dancer and gain 3. And still, he needs to block the 7/7 and the 5/5. So he can chump those off, gain 3, take 8. And that gives me another turn. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. That gives me another turn, maybe. Unless he can. He might be able to pump his guy or something, though. So that gives me maybe one more turn. We'll see. If he pumps his guy, I lose. Although I don't know why. I feel like I should have done more damage there. We gained 3, lost 8, so I did 5. No, he should have lost more damage there. So I don't know what's going on now. Oh no, wait, he gained a whole bunch, actually. Never mind. He gained this one. He gained 3 more as well. So that would have been 6. So I only did 2 damage. Yeah, okay, so it's right. That's fine. So I can play the Battle Beetle here, but it doesn't really stop his Cloud Knight. If I top deck a resource, that helps. Might not have been a good idea to swing it with that Root Dancer. I'm gonna have to go back to the tape, figure it out. Drawing cards. 5. He already used his +1, I think. So. Talking about. This doesn't have resources to pump totem. Oh, I never saw him play another shard. Okay. Taking 3, going to 1. Game, I guess. Game, close one. Sorry about shard thingy. It's hard to know. I mean, also, I'd like to. Yeah. Exactly what. I'm sure it happened though. I've had cards fizzle on me all the time. I've had shards. I'm sure he's telling the truth actually on that shard thing. So. Actually, I think he still wins here, because all he has to do is... No, actually, he chump blocks my Honeycap. He has nothing left to attack with. Yeah, so this will be a good game, because he has to block here. He has to block something. Oh my gosh, it's taking so long to do these prep phases. Buggy. Okay, well, I guess he just surrendered because there's not too much else he could have done there, so.